Let's look at Gab one more time. For the last time you really need to look at it or need to hear about it. Unless you're one of the fake jokers who are paid to be over on their website. You see, there's a reason why I never got one. What do they say? It's a social network that champions free speech, individual liberty, and the free flow of information online. All are welcome. Is that so? Is that why you had a freaking frog as your logo? You think people who read Huffington Post are going to want to go to your website? No, Joker, you knew it was a place where you were going to send all your little MAGA trolls. You're paid for pretenders who act like they support Trump. Well, matter of fact, they do support Trump, but then they also support the Democrats as well, because both sides are controlled. And I knew that that website was made for that purpose of they were going to have all these little fake accounts going over there saying all these crazy things, and people were going to turn around and look at the website like it was crazy. But what they're going to really do is look at this right here as if it's something crazy. The champion free speech, the individual liberty thing. It would somehow, this is their hope, that it would demonize these things. So that's why I said, you know what? Let me stay as far away from that website as possible. Nothing good can come from it. And it's a COINTELPRO hangout spot. So, what happens? You saw what happened. Exactly what I told you would happen in Ain't Playing episode 6, which was some time ago, but if you go watch it again, the concept is there. You can grasp everything I'm saying, and it was to prepare your mind for the type of tricks that they do. How online hate turns into real-life violence. Social media sites have become hubs for the proliferation of white supremacist propaganda. I don't know if I believe that so much. Random person who's making this article. See, it's not fair when you have the government having these little fake accounts run around saying all these racist things. You're omitting information. What about this? The daily use of Gab is climbing. Which talker might become as violent as the Pittsburgh synagogue gunman? Oh no. Guess depends on who you pay to pretend to do stuff. Remember this? Goodbye Gab, a haven for the far right. What happened here? Do I even need to go through all of the article here? This right here, it was a time for the left to cheer. Oh, this is great. Goodbye, Gab. Which is really, it is a shutting down of freedom of speech when they do such things. And it's getting the left to get used to cheering for this type of stuff. And then it also primes the right to get happy when the left gets their tail censored. And then before you know it, both sides are censored. What type of mentality are they throwing out there to the people? Oh, they keep saying hate speech is all over the internet. Fueled by trolls, extremists, false information, group mentality, they're saying. And they say all these little specific things. They never tell you that they're using fake accounts and they're paying them to do the stuff. And here's the big point right here. Hate speech is actually legal under the First Amendment. They'll say that, and they'll even get their little people on the right to say, yeah, but hate speech is legal under the First Amendment. And we'll talk about those things. We'll get deeper into that. But when they're saying that as in your hate speech is legal under the First Amendment, but not in a defending way of the First Amendment. It's in a way that you're going to be like, what? It's legal under the First Amendment. Well, we need to do something about the First Amendment. And then comes the part where they say, oh, it's you're talking about a conspiracy. You're talking about the United Nations is going to do this and take away our freedom of speech and take away our rights. Pretty much that's what's been happening. I'm not allowed to say a lot of stuff that I used to be able to say. They take it down. And then you see this here. United Nations regulating hate speech is not an attack on free speech. When it is. And look what they're doing. The United Nations marked the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination on Tuesday by telling governments around the world, what does that sound like? New World Order? That regulating hate speech is a part of the strategy needed to stand up for someone's rights. And it's always a lie. They're standing against somebody's rights. But this is how they have to sell it. Oh, it's racism. Oh, he's hating on someone's gender. It has to be that, otherwise they can't get away with it, because it provokes an emotional response and not a logical response. Well, what I'm here to tell you today is just understand what Gab is all about. These jokers created a whole website that's pretending to be for free speech, to make you hate the website and to make you hate free speech. This is the length they will go to. Redsilverj, all I gotta say.